What is up, guys? It's your boy Royal Meg here. So I hope you guys have been enjoying a lot of the fight videos from my locals. Love them, love them, love them. If you're ever in the Las Vegas area, please come hang out with us over at Power 9. We do have tournaments every Thursday and every other Saturday. Please don't forget to hit that link in the description. It takes you over to their website so you can see all the fun stuff we do over here. But anyway, let's get into the nitty gritty. So without further ado, I've had a couple of people asking for the deck list for my good boy Jesmon, so we're going to get into the deck list. I'll go over a brief explanation of everything. The deck's pretty much like cut and dry what most people are playing, but we're just going to go into it and get things handled. So to start off, for my eggs, I run 4 Demi-Meramon. Demi-Meramon has the inheritable. When this unit attacks a player, gain a 1,000 DP. Honestly, it's the best thing you're gonna be playing in the deck because you just want to hit their DP and not worry about dying. Then you have as the secondary option, which is better than the Beatamon, is the Yokomon. And Yokomon is when you attack an opponent's Digimon, this Digimon gains 1,000 DP. So, being the fact we know Jesmon can gain piercing, this is actually another really good option. So you can swing at opponent's Digimon to gain that one, or swing at them directly. If I were to cut the egg, I'd cut the Yoko and just go straight for 1,000 DP at opponent's Digimon. Now on to the rookies. For my rookies, we play the traditional 4 Hawkmon. For those of you who don't know, his effect is on play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, add 2 cards out between with the name Jesmon, Huckmon, or Sistermon among them. This card's really good because there is about over 15 targets that this one card can hit. So it's going to hit, it can hit itself, it can hit the other Huckmon that came out, it can also hit any of the sisters, it can hit Savior, Bowhuck, or Jesmon himself, and just being able to search in this deck is a lifesaver because of how clogged this deck is. Next up, I only play 3 copies of Huckmon. This is the newest one we got that has the inheritable. When you attack, you can look at the top 5 cards of your deck, add any Sistermon from among them to your hand, put the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. Now, this is also a really good Huckmon too. I prefer to have him in my, I definitely prefer to have him in my chain up to Jesmon, because say I don't have sisters in hand, he can search that 5 for me and hopefully find sisters there to play. If not, oh well, he's still an inheritable, so if I can't find any sisters, oh well, I still at least got to have a decent climb. Then we play 3 Biomon. This was the one that came out of EX01. It has the ability, when attacking, once per turn, when this Digimon attacks a player, draw a card. Now, you have his counterpart, the Gunemon, that when you delete an opponent's Digimon draw, this is just more efficient and faster. So you can use him early. Say you want to ride into a Bowhuck early. This, with a Bowhuck, is still 7k DP. That's an easy hit, no problem. Now on to the champions. For my champs, we just talked about them. We play 4 Bowhuck. He has the inheritable. When attacking once per turn, if you have a Sistermon on the board, he can delete a 5,000 DP or lesser Digimon. Blockers are the best blockers are 5k DP. That is all you need to know. But then he can also hit other stuff lesser than that. But you more care about the blockers. So really good. I would definitely not take him out. And knowing what we are getting in the starter deck, he's literally staying. He's just going to be paired up with his duplicate. In regards to after him, we play 4 copies of Greymon. Now, Greymon is definitely leaving once we get the starter deck support, because you really don't need him for the security anymore. But until we do, he helps. He has the inheritable security attack +1. That's it. That's all we need him for. Instant extra hit, That's all day. And we get to swing 2 times thanks to Savior. So 4 security on 1 hit. That's beautiful. Last but not least, I played 2 copies of a Gunemon. Now, originally, these were 2 Burning Greymons that came out of the recent set. But the Burning Greymon is really restrictive that he costs 3 memory on your turn. And you would rather only burn up 2 than 3, because that additional memory can come in handy somewhere else. But if you do want to run the Burning Gray, because he is a 6K, no hard feelings. It's just safer to do it on top of a champion. Now into the ultimates. First, we're going to start off with the most notorious one-on-one in the deck, Savior Huck. This is the reason Jesmon is an OP deck. He has the ability, when Digivolving, play a sister. Then he has the inheritable. On swing, if you have a sister, unsuspend this Digimon. That is it. This is the most beautiful card we ever got. It's going to hurt that he's going to get put down to 1, but he at least gets replaced with an incredibly wonderful card when we get the starter deck. Last but not least, I do play 1 copy of Ryze Greymon. Now, the reason I play him is because he is a free Tamer play. So, for getting rid of 2, so early game, say my tower is not even approachable to be used, use him, get rid of the 2 sources. He is just gonna sit on board, but at least I got my free memory tamer, so I'm gonna always be at 3, or one of my other tamers in here that I can play, because his ability is Digiburst 2, play a red or yellow tamer. Well, he has the inheritable. When this swings, if you have a tamer, minus 2 KDP. This works really well in tandem with Bauhuck, because on swing, lower something to 5, Bauhuck pops if you have a sister. You would really not like to ride him, but if it comes down to it, he's there. Then we're gonna skip the 6s for now and go into our sisters. So for the first sister, we got Sister Mont Blanc Awakened. This card is bonkers. She saved the deck. She has she can Digivolve off a white card for 2, but she has the ability on play. Choose a Sistermon from your hand or drop zone, put it under her into her evolution source, recover 1. This is the biggest thing this deck needed, was a way to heal, because people would just rush us down while we were getting ready. Now they can't just rush us, because this really helps. Then this also has the universal effect of all the awakens as of right now, where if it's dead, add a Sistermon or a Jess or a Huckmon back to him. You could also play Sistermon Seal Awaken, but Blanc is honestly the better one. Seal is really situational, and there's no space for her right now. Then in regards to Blanc, we play 3 copies of Sistermon Blanc. She has the ability, on all turns, if you have a Jesmon or a Huckmon, all your Sistermons gain blocker. This is why you don't see any red blockers in this deck, because all the Sistermon are your blockers, and you can play them for free. I don't see why I wouldn't want to Digivolve into a blocker for 1 when I could just play it for free. She also has the on-play ability, draw card. She is honestly your best alternate play in the game if you have nothing else really decent in hand. So, I love my sisters. She gets to stay. And then, like we like to do out here in Vegas, we got another Chiester. We have Sistermon Seal. Now, if you're in Japan, you already know the whole issue. Her actual name, she has the effect, this is a new effect, that her name also counts as Sistermon Noir. She has the ability, during all turns, your Jesmon, Huckmon, and Royal Knights gain 2,000 DP. She also has the on-play ability, where you gain a memory. The most optimal play with her is anything that gives you 2 memory on Digivolving off a Savior. That is a free that is a full turn from Savior into Jesmon, and continue the onslaught. Now we talked about our sisters, let's get into the big boys. We do play the full play set of Jesmon. I do not play any other 6s, this is all you need. If everything goes right, you should kill them on the first swing. That is it. But he does have the ability, when attacking, you may play a Sistermon from your hand or drop zone. If you do, he gains 3,000 DP and Pierce. Then, he has, so the effects actually split. I universally call that once because that's pretty much how we look at it. But he has the ability during your turn, if a card enters play while you're in Jesmon, you gain 3,000 DP and Pierce. He has the attacking ability to play a sister. So that's why it sounded like I put it all in one effect, because it pretty much is. There's no other time you're playing anything except on his swing, especially during your turn. But Jesmon's best boy, you're always going to play with him. Piercing is really detrimental. So he's still good. Best Royal Knight in the game outside of Lord Knight, but at least he's not as oppressive. Now, last but not least, for the Digimon, we play our one copy of the Blitz Omnimon. He has the ability on when Digivolving, Blitz, but he also has the ability when Digivolving, Unsuspend. And then he has, on all turns, if he would be deleted, you can trash a level 6 from your evolution sources and you're fine. And he would live. He's usually your finisher. That's the only reason I play him at 1. You really don't care if you ever see him, because if the game is going long enough, you don't need him to win. And if the game went the way you want it to, you should kill them on Jess and then this. This is just extra. You've already won. Jesmon is like Hybrid Red with more security stack. Then into our option cards. And this is the last piece. Well, options and Tamers. So for options, I played 3 copies of Judgment of the Blade. Judgment of the Blade has the ability, as the main ability, if you have a Digimon with Yokomon or a Royal Knight, you can give that Digimon the option to attack unsuspended Digimon. Then it has the inheritable. It has the security effect. If triggered in security, play a Sistermon from hand or drop. Yes, another freebie to play sisters. And then after you do that, this gets to come to your hand. So, just plus on plus on plus. And it's only for 1, so there's no reason not to play this. Then we play 2 red memory boosts. There's 2 reasons you play this. On play, it lets you search for your top 4, add a red Digimon. You need every way possible to search for a savior. Since Savior is the only 5 you care about, you need every way possible to get a Savior. Then it has the delay ability. On your next turn, you can pop it, gain 2 memory. So one way for you to gain that extra 2 memory to combo with the Savior Seal combo. But I really like it. I thought about playing it at 3, but there's really no space. Every option card you play, you actually need where it belongs. Then I play 1 copy of Gravity Crush. This card is wonderful. Main ability, for 0, give yourself 2 memory. At the end of your turn, give your opponent 2. There's really no negative to this, because this is another way for you to have 2 memory to finish your opponent on your turn. Then last but not least, the PS Resistance. We play 1 Delicate Plant. This is how you keep your opponent from fucking you over with their option cards. So for 1, you can choose one of your Digimon. When it swings, no options activate. It does have the security effect. You will draw a card. You gain this card to your hand. So with this alone, 1 copy is enough. If you see it in security, oh well, it's coming to your hand no matter what. If you draw into it, great. Do you need it to win? No, it just makes your Jesmon safer. And now we're going into the Tamers. This is the last part. Because we are playing a red deck, you play 3 Tai Kamiya. He's your memory-based 3 Tamer with the ability, if your red Digimon has 4 or more evolution sources, security +1. And this is how you get Jesmon to swing 6 security in 1 turn. Or higher. Because they stack. It is for 4, so it's kind of hectic. But once you have it on board, you're pretty much thankful, because now you're not getting starved for memory for your Jesmon plays. But once we get those new stuff, a lot of these cards are switching out for better targets. And then last but not least, this is part of the reason why we're playing Ryze. We play 3 copies of the TK and Kyrie. It has the ability at the beginning of your turn, you get to gain 2 memory if your security is less than your opponent's. The reason we play this card is to make sure your opponent doesn't hit you. Because 2 memory is 2 memory against Jesmon, and that's 2 memory too much for some people. It has the other ability, if you're swinging with a yellow Digimon, you can suspend this and make an opponent's Digimon lose DP. That effect rarely ever comes into play. We care about the free 2 memory. And I will tell you now, I have had this go off multiple times where I've actually had this trigger in my security and then play a second one in my hand to end an opponent's turn to get them to pass the turn right back because I put them to 1. It was fun. It's really, really fun, and you guys have seen the fight that happened in, so this is honestly the deck. One word of advice with this deck, play slow, don't rush for finish. Jesmon is not a rush to kill, he's a slow burn with a very heavy shot. If you do it right, your Jesmon first time should majority of the time win, but there are times when you still got to go another round or go another round. This deck's still really good against hybrid yellow. Hybrid blue is still a problem child for it because hybrid blue can erase all your evolution sources. But outside of that, the deck's still really, really strong. I would not get rid of this deck for anything. And knowing the fact we're getting support in set 10 and a starter deck just made me really happy I had the deck. I might max rarity it, but that's debatable. But that has been the deck, guys. I do hope you had an awesome day. I do hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and if you want to see any other deck lists, let me know down in the comments below. And hopefully you guys have an amazing day, and peace.